Hey, it's meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen here with the 9 News Weather Impact Team with a look at your forecast. We have a really nice day going on right now with a lot of clear skies across the state and some temperatures starting to warm up close to 70 here on the Front Range. But we do have a little upper level system, a little upper level disturbance that's going to come through here, bring a cold front later on this afternoon, and that's going to change our weather up for about the next 36 hours until this afternoon until about Friday morning. We'll be looking at a little bit cooler temperatures and some increased chance of precipitation around the Front Range here. So let me dive into some graphics here, show you this clouds outside here, just starting to bubble up here, getting a few little puffy cumulus clouds to form over the city of Denver right now. And we're starting to see that cloud cover start to increase, and that will gradually increase a little more until we get to the afternoon, where we're looking at a little bit of some rain chances elevated here. Here's the temperatures here at the 9 News studios in downtown Mile High City. We're at 67 degrees, 65 officially at Denver International Airport. We might be able to squeeze out a few more degrees of warming here, getting those temperatures up close to 70 degrees. But when you look at your live satellite and radar picture, you can kind of see the edge of that disturbance kind of moving through Utah and Wyoming right now, and that's going to start having an impact here on Colorado with some increased cloud cover and some rain chances and some light snow chances coming up in the mountains here as we go through the day. And you see the system that just kind of moved through us right now, still making its way through Oklahoma and Dallas right now. We still have, at this hour, some severe thunderstorm warnings and some tornado warnings out there in eastern Oklahoma at the moment. So that was the previous storm system. We're getting the next one right here coming in. Look up to the north where we'll see the impacts a little bit sooner here in places like Fort Collins. This is Horsetooth Mountain looking over the city of Fort Collins right now. You see a little bit of more cloud cover up there than you see on the Front Range right now. Here's your next 6 hours here going through the day. Looking at those clouds just gradually increasing in coverage, getting up to about the 4 o'clock hour, and that's when we'll start to see some isolated rain chances. And by about 6 o'clock, those rain chances go up significantly enough where I think there's a very good chance that we get some rain showers and some maybe a few thunder bolts here in the city by about 6 o'clock this afternoon. Not looking at a huge ton of moisture. Here's another camera looking to the southeast across the city of Denver. A lot, you can see the clearer skies out there, so the clouds are starting to increase from the north to the south here. Let me walk you through a couple of future casts here as we go through. We're not seeing any precipitation on the board just yet here, but as we go into about the 4:30 part of the afternoon, that cold front will come through from the north to the south, and so this was likely after the cold front has passed the northern Front Range here. You start to see a little bit of a line of more organized showers here up to the north, and that could include places like Fort Collins, Sterling, Fort Morgan, and then we'll start to see some isolated light stuff by about 4 o'clock this afternoon here in the Denver metro area. We're not really looking at a whole lot of precipitation out of this system as a whole, but some on and off rain chances as we go through the afternoon hours and into the evening. Here we are late at tonight, 11:30, still getting some isolated to scattered showers here across the Denver metro area, and that will likely continue all the way until the morning hours. And we'll probably get a little bit of stability here during the day when the sun comes out and that cooler air is still in place. But we may see some isolated and light snow showers in the mountains here starting overnight into tomorrow morning. Let me show you a zoomed out version here, Futurecast. As you see that cold front coming through here by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the Front Range, and behind that front you see those organized showers out there, possibly some thunderstorms for you on part of the northern Front Range and eastern plains. And then as that cold front gets a little bit closer here towards the Denver metro area, that's when we'll start to see a better chance of precipitation in our area, right about when the cold front comes through and just after that cold front for a few hours. And also notice up in the mountains, the snow showers can be mixed and heavy at times, but probably not too impactful until tomorrow morning. But places like the I-70 mountain corridor and some of the mountain passes could pick up an inch or two here as we go into the next 36 hours or so. By late tomorrow night into Friday morning, you could see a couple of inches of snow on some of the mountain passes, but not a huge impact here for snow because there's not a widespread coverage and the temperatures are honestly not too cold there. So if you look at the snow forecast here going through the day here today and through tomorrow as well. This will be about 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see a couple spots there with some green shaded areas indicating about 4 inches of snow, but that's Rocky Mountain National Park here, Trail Ridge Road. Those places are still, that road is still closed. So for the most part, the passes that are still drivable, we could see about 1 to 3 inches of snow on those mountain passes over the next really 36 hours going into Friday morning. So here's your forecast for tomorrow here in Denver. Despite the cold front, I don't think we get too cold here. I think maybe even staying above 40 degrees in much of Denver. Maybe Eastern Aurora, Denver International Airport, Green Valley Ranch could get a little cooler into the upper 30s, but for the most part, this cold front's not going to make us too cold. And then as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, we will see some sunshine mixed in there, but it'll mostly be a partly to mostly cloudy day with some rain chances again on Thursday evening, Thursday night, most likely after 5 p.m. Not looking at a lot of coverage or a lot of rain tomorrow afternoon, but those cooler temperatures, I would say, would be in place. So here's the forecast low temperatures across the rest of the state here. You can see the eastern half of the state generally bottoming out in the low to middle 40s here as we go into tomorrow morning, and some 20s and 30s in parts of the high country. The forecast high temperatures could make a good run at 60 degrees tomorrow, depending on how much sunshine we do end up seeing there in the afternoon hours. But I don't think we get too much warmer than 60 degrees here in Denver. A few spots on the eastern plains, especially the southeast, could get a little warmer there into the middle 60s. And the mountains are looking at generally cloudy conditions all throughout the day tomorrow, with high temperatures in the 40s and 50s in some areas like the mountain towns of Summit County. So let's take a look at your weather pattern here to see what the next 7 days or so is going to look like here. You can see that weak trough of low pressure here, not creating too many cold temperatures or really great precipitation chances here in the state of Colorado, as the bulk of that system kind of stays to the north. And by Friday morning, we will be clear of that trough and the weather will start to improve by Friday afternoon. Here we are on Saturday, as you see a ridge of high pressure, not a really strong ridge, but a tall ridge extending all the way into Canada. So this should deliver some generally dry conditions and a little bit of warm temperatures here to most of Colorado on Saturday and Sunday. You do see a trough coming in here towards the west here in the next frame, and this trough of low pressure looks a little bit more substantial to me, where we'll have a little bit better increased rain and snow chances here as it dives a little bit further to the south, able to pull up some of that moisture from the Gulf and spread it into Colorado here. This is a pretty early solution. This is not for until Sunday night. So Sunday night, Sunday evening, we'll start to feel the effects of this trough of low pressure, likely some isolated severe weather on Sunday evening, Sunday night here in the eastern plains. And then on Monday and Tuesday, that could have an impact on us. And that's going to be important here for our snowpack, because we're tracking the snow melt. So the idea is to keep these numbers as close to 100% as possible going into about the middle of June, and they are already way down. The snow is melting off very quickly here, and at least that trough of low pressure won't probably be able to add too much to our snow, but it will be able to pause that rapid snow melt that we've been seeing so far. So what does that translate here to the Denver metro area? 7-day forecast here for Denver, looking at those Maybe a few morning showers tomorrow and some isolated light storms here late in the evening on Thursday. The weather really improves Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We could start seeing some isolated storms, especially on the eastern plains here, very close to Denver on Sunday evening. And then that trough of low pressure really has an impact on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with the cooler day being Tuesday, but really both Monday and Tuesday for now. Looks like at least some decent rain coverage and some promising rain coverage, at least on the Front Range here, with those storms on Monday and Tuesday, and also much cooler temperatures, cloudy conditions for the mountains to slow the progress of that snow melt. So that is your forecast. Thank you for tuning in here to the 9 News Plus, and we'll have more as the forecast unfolds through the next couple of days. Have a good one.